Good morning. Happy Monday. Yay, it's Monday. We've made it for another week, haven't we? So let's see what we got going today. There goes the bat signal. Let's get it out there. I'm running late as usual, so I apologize. It was a late night for me. I slept in way too late. It was very naughty. We want to talk about dreams today, too. That's one thing that really want to bring up is dreams and what's going on in the dreams and how they're really, really affecting us. Angel, I think that's you. Good morning. How are you? Happy Monday to you. How have you been doing as far as, I get this from a lot of people when I talk to them. Our dreams are really like intense, detailed. When we wake up in the morning, this morning was one of those days for me when I woke up and I didn't know what was real and what wasn't real. So there's this twilight effect that seems to be going on, twilight zone, almost as if we're passing into different dimensions. Like, am I really, where am I supposed to be in? And I've been talking to a lot of people about this kind of almost a bleed through as we're moving into 5D, different parts of ourselves kind of shifting around. So I'd love to hear. I can go down that rabbit hole and it'll go very deep, trust me, because it's something that I find very, very interesting. I've never really been into quantum physics until now. For whatever reason, it seems to be right in my face. And so there's a reason for that. There's things that are really changing. We are upgrading all the time. And that higher wisdom starts to fill in, right? So as you, hi Robert Dosa and Angel. So as you begin to open to all the possibilities of who you really are, how many are you? How many of you are existing in different forms right now? If you think about that, is there the possibility that in these dreams that we're actually moving through different dimensions and actually living out parts of ourselves that are different from what we are experiencing in this physicality? So I just heard a line in a song, and it was like, when you're listening to music, do you ever just go, oh, ding, ding, ding? She said, I'm a prisoner in my own skin. And I went, oh, yeah, that does feel true lately. Oftentimes, my soul is growing and expanding, and I'm just, going through all these upgrades, and I know that you are too. And as we're doing this, there are times when the soul feels like it's stuck within the skin suit, and it kind of wants to get out and say, I'm gonna go fly free. It's like you got this teenager inside of you that wants to climb out the window. I don't know how many of you are feeling that way. My teenager wants to climb out the window a lot lately. So I can't just, hi Denise, I can't always just climb out that window, sitting there in a public place and talking with people. And I can't just suddenly go, oh, well, sorry, I'm going to go out the window. I'm going to go visit another version of myself, or I'm going to just check out and go into deep meditation and see where it takes me. So when I'm sleeping, that's when it happens. That's when that soul says, I'm going to go fly out the window for a while. Peter Pan. I've been seeing Peter Pan a lot lately. I feel like there's truth in that. That there are times when your soul needs that vacation, that chance. We all know what astral travel is, that chance to get out and just visit and spend time with. And so then I can go deeply into that rabbit hole of, well, what if I'm actually spending time with Steve in another, dimension? I'm going, because do you ever wake up and you're like, man, I don't know what's real right now. That's my morning today. It's like I don't, reality is shifting. And so I don't really, I question everything. Question everything. So I don't know if you guys are going through that, but that was my beginning thoughts this morning. Good morning, Rachel. How are you? Good morning, Denise. Good morning, guys. Come on in. So I did pull a card for the group, and it's a very important card. It's a message that I give to you guys all the time. Angel, wow, I climbed out of my bedroom window during the weather, during fine weather a lot. I see, if I put on my glasses, I'd see. Yeah, as teenagers, we like to climb out the window, don't we? Even as grown-ups, when the weather's nice, you might want to get out and sit on the roof. There's this limitation in us. The truth is that we're unlimited beings, and we have decided to come down into physical form. So that's where that whole stuck in my skin, feeling comes from, is we're going through such a huge expansion, and yet here we are. So there's a conflict of interest within us. It's like, yeah, I want to be physical and I want to fly. Do you have that feeling, every so often it hits me. It's like there's so much fear in the world of, oh, I get COVID, I'll die. If I get the vaccine, I'll die. If I do this, if I do that. And I'm like, you know what? Is that really such a bad thing? I don't want to live in fear anymore. I don't want to live in fear. I am here for however long I have chosen. I'm going to stick around as long as I can. I feel like I have work to do. And I am not afraid of leaving this skin suit. I know that I'm greater than that. And that's not a suicidal type thing or depression talking. That is, I am so much greater than this skin suit. What's within me does not have to stay encapsulated within this skin suit in order to be whole or alive. I'm so alive without the skin suit, and I'm in the skin suit for a while, and that's okay. I've chosen this, and yet I'm not afraid to leave it. Does that make sense? So there's this struggle sometimes. I think people will struggle because they're afraid of what will happen if we forget that we're more than the skin suit, and so we're afraid of the thought, the idea of stepping out. Death seems like such a scary, unknown thing. And the truth is, we've been through it many, many times. It's only going back to everything that you are. You're not held down anymore, that's all. So it's not something that scares me. Or at least I'm learning not to be scared by it at all. Because I'm going to be okay, and so are you, no matter what. No matter what. And so our card today, hi Julie Kiss. I don't want to go too deeply into that. Love dreams of flying. Yeah, I love dreams of flying too. As a wee one, Angel used to climb out the window to see the weather. Yeah, little ones, they know. They want to be out there in that weather, don't they? They want to be out there enjoying that sunshine. I want to show you the card today. It seems a little creepy, and yet it's an absolutely beautiful card to pull. And it's for all of us. I believe that we're all going through something right now. Let me see. Robert Dosa, this morning was weird. I opened my eyes. I saw 7 a.m. I closed my eyes again for a moment. When I opened them, it was 9 a.m. I did that same thing, Robert Dosa. That's why I'm so confused. That's almost the exact same schedule I had. I went to bed really, really, well, you could say later, you could say early. I think it was after 1 a.m. that I finally said, you know what, quit, go to sleep. I was just in this place. I just didn't quite want to get up and go to bed last night. Nobody was here to say go to sleep, so I didn't. I just stayed awake. So I woke up at 7 a.m. and I'm thinking, man, I haven't been asleep that long and I'm still pretty tired. I'm just going to roll over for a few minutes, close my eyes, and 9 a.m., just like you. It was like, boing, 9 a.m. And I was like, oh gosh, now I'm really late. So, as you can see. So I did the same thing. Need that calm voice. Okay, we're going to pull it in, Julie. I'm still working on my calm voice. I'll pull it in. Come in, and Diana, she needs a little bit of calming. I could use a little too. You make that shift. There she is. She falls in. Diana's much calmer. She has a much calmer energy than the skin suit Diane. So, our card is Bone Collector. I want you to look closely at this little bone collector. She is a very powerful little person within. And the reason that we get that card is because we often forget who we are. We have been so buried. You know, we come into the world perfect little souls, and I talk about this often. And if you guys have heard it before, I'm going to keep on repeating it. You are massive. You are eternal. You are ancient. You are amazing. You're incredible. And when you chose to come into this lifetime, you were chosen. Likely, you didn't necessarily choose. You were chosen. There's these beautiful light workers that we are. I'm sure someone came to us and said, okay, this time it's going to be very challenging. There's a whole lot of crazy stuff going on. You get to choose if you can handle being physical. You know, you've been physical many times before. You have lived many lifetimes and they've been difficult, and you've learned a lot. And we really need your wisdom, the ancient part of you that's so incredible. We really need you to be on the planet during a huge time of growth. And are you willing? Will you volunteer for this? And you said, yes, I will. Some of us probably went, well, let me think about it. Then we went, yes. I think probably all of us, the majority of us, didn't even give it any thought. How many of us are the type that somebody asked us for a favor and we're just like, okay, yeah. We don't even think about it. Our true nature is to just run into the burning building. So, say we all ran into this burning building together. And here we are. And we were born into difficulties. And people told us things about ourselves. And they might not have been true. They may have been things about weakness, things about, oh, you got to come into reality. You can't float around in the stars like that. You got to come down to planet Earth. And they make you believe that you're small and limited and that this is all that you are. The bone collector is the part of you that holds on to those ancient pieces, those parts of you that at some point you're going to want to look for them again. You're going to want to remember who you are. So that bone collector is the one that has been sitting there holding on to all those ancient parts of yourself, the parts that create in you the energy of the creator. The truth of who you are is who the bone collector holds on to. And so when you start to wake up, when people come into your life and they're like, you're more than that, and you go, oh, I feel some truth in that. And then you start digging, you start working on yourself, and you start trying to find out the truth. The bone collector is sitting there going, okay, here's a piece. Take this and study on this for a while. She is ancient, and she is the one that will help you to dig out the truth of who you are. So this is a powerful card today because you're being reminded that you have this piece of you. She really is a piece of you. That ancient soul, that ancient part of you that's sitting in there that remembers. She remembers everything. She remembers how many lifetimes you've lived. She remembers where you originally came from. She remembers everything about you, and she will continue to pop those up to the surface so that you can go, oh. And you'll notice it through little things. You know, you've got like this treasure map. I say that all the time. These little things that go, you'll be going through life, busy washing dishes, taking care of things, and you'll be listening to a song and you go, oh, what is that line? Why does that trigger that aha moment in me? You might get that aha moment through a movie. Could be totally fiction, a book that's fictional. It could be nonfiction. It could be, a true story, something. But something will go ding, and you'll wake up. Another little piece of you will wake up. We have this idea. I think a lot of awakened souls, people that call themselves awakened, is that, oh, I woke up at this date, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, no, I woke up at this date and 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 this date, and pretty much every day. I've been waking up my whole life. Even back when I thought I was really asleep, I was getting those little aha moments, those things that woke me up a little bit here and there. Ding 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 ding, keep going, keep going. That little reminder that says, oh, you're okay, you're okay. Even when you're small and the world seems crazy, you might put on a song and you go, oh, okay, I'm feeling some energy here. What is this? That's that bone collector in you that says, you're okay, keep going. It's going to be okay. That little bone collector that said, yeah, it's really difficult here. Your spirit is really taking a beating in this environment. Please, you would feel better if you went out and laid under a tree. And that little self, I think I was 7 or 8 years old, would go out the back door and go back to the park and lay under the pine trees. It is that reminder to you of how amazing you are and how to find yourself again. Where are you? Where are you? So that's clear today to me also. I woke up and I'm like, oh gosh, I got a whole lot of icky energy on me. And that bone collector reminds me to ask for some clearing, to go back deeply and to call in my higher self and say, oh, there you are again. There you are. And I feel my heart open back up again, and I'm okay. That's the bone collector card. As far as I'm concerned, my readings go really long. That's the bone collector card. That's your remembrance. It's your treasure trove of remembering who you really are. So if you're walking around today feeling very small, feeling as if nobody wants to hear your voice, you have no value, you have no reason to be, even on the planet, nobody really wants anything that you've got to offer. That is false. That's not true. You came here with an important purpose, and you have a presence. And when you walk on the planet, you change the energy of the planet. Even if nobody ever hears anything that you have to say, your energy speaks in volumes. So please don't write yourself off. Please don't feel small today. Please allow yourself to feel your own greatness. Let that bone collector inside of you remind you of who you really are. The very spark of all of creation. That's you. Powerful. Stuck in a skin suit. And powerful. And when you go out traveling in the middle of the night and you fall asleep, Robert, that's what happened with me this morning, is I fell asleep at 7 and I dreamt so soundly, and I was going, oh, who knows where, all over the place. Sometimes I remember where I'm going. Sometimes I just know I've gone. And then I wake up and I'm back here again, and I'm like, where, what am I going, what's going on? I've just gone someplace. Maybe even stepped through time. Time doesn't really exist. It's all kind of coming in together, isn't it? It's becoming all a part of this big soup that we're going through. So you may have stepped into another one of a dimension of who you are. Your time is all melting together. Isn't it interesting to think that oftentimes I need to try to explain this. This came to me the other day, and I've been saying it over and over again to certain people, and most people look at me like my head's turned around backwards, and there's a few that get it. So let me tell you this, and then we're going to go into meditation, something to think about today. If time is not really in existence, and all we really have is right now, then everything that we've ever done, lived, and everything that we will ever do is right here. And so if it's all right here, it's not just that I often talk about passing into different lifetimes, how we're crossing over into maybe something that we did in 1500 or whatever. And when we go into meditations, or when I do sessions with people, it'll pull us into those different spaces. I often see you walking through life and as a different character. But it also applies to this lifetime. So you've got memories. You've got things that you've done in the past, and you got dreams for the future, and you don't know how long you're going to be here, and all you've really got is right now. And so all of that stuff, those things that you've been through, they're happening right now. So you often will have emotions pop up to you, and you're like, where is this coming from? And we like to say, well, maybe I picked up energy from someone else that's feeling like that. Empaths do that, but there's something more I want you to consider. If there really is no time, and everything that I've ever done is actually happening right now, if now is all I've really got, then when I cross into suddenly have grief, the dates that come around for a month from July to September 6th, I go through a horrible experience every year. The reason why I'm doing that is not because I haven't fully healed from losing Steve. It's because there's a part of me that's going through it as I'm walking through 2021, 2020, whatever it is, my physical right now that I believe is walking through this. Another part of me is going through that at the same time. Can you imagine that? Can you try to pull that into your thinking? It's all right now. So the reason why that shadow of energy that falls over me when I'm in that date, my anniversary, whatever, I think, oh, I'm okay this year. It's not going to be a problem. And the date will come around and I'll go, oh, it's not okay. The reason why we do that is because there is no time. And so all of these things, as we're moving into 5D, more and more and more, we're experiencing those energies of ourselves are all just kind of like pulling in together. Here is now. It's only now, right? So it's all coming together. And we're experiencing the emotions of ourselves as we're going through that. Maybe it was 2016 that he was passing away, but it was still now. It's all right now. Does that make sense? It's so difficult for our brains to get out of that linear way of thinking. We want to put it all into a time frame, this month, this date, all these things that was created so that we could have a sense of security, a sense of organization. But we're moving out of that. We're moving out of that need for that organization. We're letting go. And the more that we're willing to let go of those concepts that we've been taught, this is my bone collector. My bone collector has gotten really complicated. She's like, okay, we got some really deep stuff for you right now. Can you handle this? And I'm like, oh, okay, here we go again. It's okay. That bone collector comes up. Oh, wow, she's really bubbling up in me right now. Hello. That bone collector comes up and is trying to help us, guide us into this new reality that we're coming into. And this is something that's brand new for us in physical form. We've never done this before in physical. This stuff comes to us. Typically, these are things that we learn when we step out of physical. Steve steps out of physical and he's going to start all of a sudden. He's like, oh, yeah, okay, boom, 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 boom. I know, I remember all of this now. We are still in physical form, but we are becoming so expansive. And we are remembering the truth of who we are. And that bone collector is right there to teach. And it comes through us and we're like, oh, wow, what is that all about? It's totally Twilight Zone. It's okay. Just keep on letting go of your need to control it. Let go of your need to try to sort it all out, to try to make sense out of it, and allow it. I'm really encouraging you that as these things come to you, that you just allow it to flow on through. Don't try to stop the water. Don't try to go, oh, I don't believe that. Keep an open mind. It won't hurt you, I promise. Keep that mind open, as far open as you can. Keep your heart open. That beautiful brain in your heart. Keep all of that open and allow that energy to just flow on through you, whatever way it wants to take you. You're just riding down the lazy river with it and just let it take you. I encourage you today to try to do that as much as possible, because it does change the way that your reality comes forth. You are a creator. Things will come to you so much easier. You'll find that the things that you thought were going to be so difficult, you're like, I don't want to do that. That's too difficult. Hi, Stefan. You'll find that those things are easier for you when you're willing to let go and willing to just let it flow. Let go and let it flow. I promise. Your life just gets easier and easier and easier. And in those moments when your brain is just going, which mine does sometimes, just relax. Go back into meditation. Come back into your center and go, no, it's okay. It's okay. My wisdom is just coming through. That's all. I'm just getting this deeper wisdom from all of the many, many lifetimes that I've lived before, and all of that knowledge and those things that I know when I'm not in physical form. That's the important thing. Those things that I know, that when I step out of physical and I remember all this stuff, we've never had that really come through so easily to us while we're in physical. We're advancing and moving forward and up and up and up all the time. And so those things that the brain, that ego really struggles with, are things that your soul, your bone collector, your soul is already aware of. It's just been holding back. It's like, oh no, not in physical form. They can't handle that. We are learning how to handle it in physical form. Okay? And it's okay. You're going to be okay. No matter what, we're always okay. Repeat that to yourself over and over again. Keep telling that scared little inner child, it's okay, it's okay. Come on out, little inner child, because you are the one that is okay to imagine and believe and see things that nobody else. As I grew up, I put that inner child away, and all of a sudden it was hard for me to be open-minded. I began to believe all those things that people had taught me along the way. Hey, Tammy Fisk. And I am ready to let that go. And I'm ready to let myself just go down that rabbit hole as deeply as I choose to go, and let this ancient bone collector wisdom come through to me and help me to expand and to remember what this universe is really all about. Isn't that amazing? It's really incredible when you let yourself go that way. So I'm really encouraging you today to take that time. We've so often, we have this judgment of meditation. I would like to change the word meditation when I speak. It's just stillness. It's just being still enough to let yourself go wherever the soul wants to take you. You just fall in. So let's do that for a few minutes together. We're just going to fall in. We're going to be in stillness together. That's all I tell people anymore when they're with me. Will you be still with me? Will you guys be still with me for a few minutes? Let your inner child come out to play. Let yourself be still. We don't need to do anything for just a few minutes. Let's just be still. Let that soul take you. So for a few minutes, you're just going to imagine those feet firmly planted to the earth. Your roots coming out deeply, deeply. Let those roots come out and let them reach out and intertwine. As you go deep down in the earth, reach for each other. Who are your favorite people to gather with? Those ones, the soul family. We're okay. We're safe. Archangel Michael is here. I love the way that feels. Asking Archangel Michael to protect each one of you. Put a bubble of protection around each one of you as we go into this meditation. Archangel Michael, I'd like you to protect each one of them in their homes, in their land, their cars. Please put a bubble of protection around each one as they go out into the world. Anyone that's watching now or at any time, feel that layer of protection around you. Asking for that bubble of protection to go around your loved ones. Everyone that's in your home with you, and your pets, your flowers, your trees, everything being protected right now. Feel that go around. Yes, it does have a lot to do with that, Angel. It does make us want to hide away. We are growing so fast and we need to hibernate sometimes so that we can spend time alone with our own selves. And that's perfectly healthy. Oh, Wi-Fi died. That's okay, Denise. It's okay. So go ahead and feel your roots down deeply into the earth. And now as you sit there and we're all our roots are all reaching out to each other, there's this perfect communication, this centering. Tell your body to just center and ground. And you can feel that peace kind of take over, kind of fills every part of your being. And Archangel Raphael, you are welcome to work with anyone here, with myself, with anyone that we've named for healing, helping us with these massive ascension symptoms that we've all been experiencing. Ascended Masters. We have a lot of energy of Metatron today. I always know it's Metatron when I start going down the rabbit hole this deeply. Melchizedek also. That name just came to me. Allowing the archangels, whichever ones would like to work with us today. Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is loving the energy today. Feel that energy that she brings in. It's like this graceful, powerful, perfect combination. She has quite a presence as she steps into the room. Beautiful, thank you. So they're asking today that if you are willing to open up to that bone collector, to that presence, your true self, your higher self, calling in that higher self now. You get to call in your own higher self. So if you like your higher self, I've already called in Diana. She's already very much present. She was here a little while ago. She stuck around. I'm very much in her space now. So if you'd like your higher self and all that wisdom to channel through to you now, please allow that. It all comes through to you when you tune in. And you have an ancient soul. And I feel the presence of you coming in. Beautiful. I hope you know that when I feel your higher self come in, I'm not sure how many of you just piled in, it brings tears to my eyes. It's amazing. That presence of you knocks my socks off. So it teared me right up. So thank you for stepping in, for allowing your higher selves to enter the building. Wow. So there is some powerful presence here right now. I hope you're bathing in it. So we're standing together, this beautiful ancient forest, and there's a waterfall. You can hear the water coming down. And there's a pool of water at the bottom of that waterfall. And they're welcoming us today. As you're ready to step into that, there's beautiful stairs. It's like white stone stairs into the bluest water you've ever seen. Pure, clean. And when you're ready, you can step into that water and you choose what you'd like to do today. Do you need to just rest in these healing waters? The waters are filled with minerals and salt so you can float perfectly. They will heal your body, heal your soul, give you peace. So as you're ready, you can just step into that water and you can lay down and float. And if you'd rather, that waterfall is right there. Feel free to step under the waterfall. Let that beautiful healing water that's coming down, source energy, pure source energy, it's just lit up with like blue, the most gorgeous water you've ever seen. Can you see it? Use that beautiful imagination. See yourself stepping into that waterfall if you'd like. Lots of emotion here today. Who is it that's so emotional? So we're going to call in Archangel Uriel also for any one of you that is struggling with your emotions today. If you've been all teary, Angel, I think this is you. We're going to call in Archangel Uriel to help balance your emotions. Help bring you some peace. Feel that beautiful higher self, your ancient self, the one that knows that there really is nothing to be afraid of, that you're perfectly okay. Just open up that big old heart and let it in. Lots of energy going into the solar plexus and the heart today. So I'm calling in Archangel Michael to clear every one of your chakra centers today. Go ahead and get a good clearing as you're laying in that water. If you want that, you just say, yes, I'd like to be all cleared and balanced all the way up to the ears. Every one of them, you've got lots that are opening up to you. I know we like to go through the basic chakras, but you've got so many, so don't deny yourself. Just allowing that energy to flow on through wherever it's needed. Taking away any blocks, cords, attachments. Any earthbound spirits that are amongst us right now, asking Archangel Michael to go ahead and cross them into the light. Bringing loved ones through to take them gently into the light. Releasing all negative emotion, all lower vibrational emotion is just washing away, allowing us to sit here and be just in the energy of unconditional love. See a rainbow. I love rainbows to these. Excellent. Rainbows everywhere. Rainbows for each one of us. You get your own personal rainbow. You are a rainbow. So as you begin to light up, as those chakras start to spin, you see you're just like a bundle of Skittles. All those beautiful colors just lighting up within you. Just bing, 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 bing. Pull that energy in. Take a big breath. Let that healing energy just flow right on through. Feel it going to wherever you need it. Your shoulders are tight. Just release them and relax. If your head is hurting, let that energy go to your head. Wherever it's needed. We're asking for healing and peaceful presence. See yourself being ministered to. The angels are right there. Isn't that nice? It's just spa day. They're giving us a nice spa. Imagine your sore muscles getting a good massage. Somebody's rubbing your feet, opening up all those chakras in your feet. You got a lot of chakras in your feet, believe it or not. And you can feel them when you walk on the earth. You'll feel that love from the earth coming right up through your feet. Walk barefoot. Stand on a rock. Stand on a beach. Stand in your grassy yard. Allow that energy to come up through those chakras as often as you can. Keep breathing, pulling it in. And as we're all laying here relaxing, we're getting this beautiful healing. Look up. What do you see up in the sky as you're floating in the water? I see trees. They're like weeping willows. The branches are just coming down over the top of us. It's just green. And then as I look through those beautiful little green leaves, there's the bluest sky I've ever seen. Sun's breaking up. It's just coming, filtering down through the leaves, bringing little rainbows of light down to each one of us. And we're just sitting in this beautiful energy. I'm holding it. I don't want to let them go too soon. Keep on ministering. It's okay. Bringing you that higher wisdom right now. It's opening up if you're willing. It just flows on into your physical. Your brain is going, oh, okay. It's okay. It's okay to keep that open mind. Let it in. It's who you really are. There's nothing to be afraid of when you're letting that higher wisdom in. It's you that's feeding through. Your higher self is just bringing you what you already know back in. So you don't walk around going, what in the world's going on? You're like, oh, okay, I got it. You'll know stuff that you've never known before. You're like, oh, why do I know that? You've already learned it. It's okay to accept it back into your physical. It's okay. You've already been here so many times. So as you're floating there in this beautiful spa, and you're allowing this energy to just envelop you, I want you to feel it out. And when you feel like you're ready, you're going to step up out of that pool of water. And as you do, there's a loved one waiting right there for you. Maybe an angel, ascended master, maybe an actual someone who's passed that you'd like to spend a moment with. They're standing there with a big fluffy towel. They're going to wrap you right up, get you all warm and cozy, and just wrap you in a big hug. Accept that hug and that love today. Allowing yourself just to be enveloped and enveloped in this beautiful love energy. That's perfect. Big breath, letting all that energy come up and down your spine, filling you up with who you really are. You are unconditional love. And your soul is just happy right now. So as you're all wrapped up, I want you to take a huge big breath, pulling all of you back into your physical. Pull that. You've made space now. You can pull your higher self. Bring yourself into alignment. Ego, higher self into a perfect alignment. Take a big breath. Nice. Nice. Perfect. Well done. Start to feel your feet again. Start to pull those roots back up. We're asking to have all of those cords between us, all of our roots separating now. Standing in your own energy. I'll be standing in my own energy. No energy drains from any one of us. We're allowing ourselves to stand here in our own space. And then asking Archangel Michael to protect each one of us as we go out through our day into the world again. Feel your energy coming back into your body. Thanking all these angels. Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Metatron, Melchizedek, Kuan Yin, Saint Germain. All of your loved ones, please, please, thank you so much to all of your higher selves for joining me today. And to each one of you for showing up. I appreciate you so much. Anyone that I've missed, thank you. We are so appreciative today of this time and this spa that you've given us. Thank you so much. And they're thanking you right back. And they're reminding you to do this often. You can go to spa anytime you like. They're right there waiting. Take one more big breath. Integrate all this beautiful, loving energy they brought to you. You're so welcome, Denise. Enjoy that peace. Enjoy that energy that you've just received. And share it out. All you got to do is be you today. Just carrying all this beautiful energy into the world. That's your job. You're doing it perfectly. So thank you so much for being a part of this. I love you guys so much. We will be here later. Silent Mystics. I haven't talked to Geraldine yet, but it is Monday. So Silent Mystics at 3:33. So it might be Carol too. We'll see. I got to talk to them and see what we're going to do today. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Take good care of yourselves today. See you soon. Bye.